Human beings are social creatures. We need to have other people around and need to have people that we can relate to. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about a new way of understanding your social connections and how you can use this understanding to help overcome depression and anxiety. Hi everyone. In today's video, we're going to be talking about your social network and a new way of understanding your social network, how to understand how the people in your life fit in relation to you, and how you can use this understanding to help ensure that your social network is as optimized as possible to help buffer against the effects of depression and anxiety. But before I get into that, just a couple of disclaimers to go over. I'm a registered psychologist in the province of British Columbia, Canada, and this video is for informational purposes only. It is not intended as a substitute or replacement for advice from your doctor or mental health professional. So with those things out of the way, let's start talking about your social network. Now, as I mentioned before, human beings are social creatures in general. We need to have people in our lives, need to have people who we can share things with, who we can relate to, who we can turn to for support when we're experiencing difficulties in life. And having an intact social network can be a really important thing to help buffer against the effects of stress and help prevent or recover from depression or anxiety. But when we talk about social network and your social group, it can be difficult to kind of understand what exactly this is. It's just kind of this amorphous group of people that surround you or that are in your life. And so I'd like you to think about your social network in a bit of a different way, almost like rings of a bullseye. So imagine yourself kind of in the center, and the first ring around you, these are your closest friends, your kind of intimate relationships. These are the people who you can turn to for anything, that you can share anything with. So these are the people that you feel closest to. These are the people that you feel that you can share the most with. Now, the next ring out, these are your other friends. So these are people that you enjoy. These are people that you spend time with, that you do recreational activities with. These are people that are friends. You may sort of contact them to just sort of check in and see how they're doing, but you don't get into the super close-knit or kind of intimate details. You don't really get into sort of the deep difficulties or challenges that you might be having with them. They may not be telling you that much about what's going on in their life. They're people that you enjoy. They're people that you consider friends, but they're not super close friends. The next ring in the circle are acquaintances. These are people in your life that you're friendly with, that you may sort of engage in chit-chat with, but you may not do any sort of activities with them. You may not go out for dinner or invite them over to your house. A lot of sort of co-workers or neighbors, things like that tend to fall into this category. So they're people that you know, they're people that you talk with, but you wouldn't consider them friends, and they're not people that you share sort of personal details with. The next ring are your familiar faces, the people in your life that you kind of see from time to time. You may or may not know their names. You don't really know much about them, but they may be that person that's always at the gym with you, and so you smile and nod, or the person at the coffee shop that you often see because they're there at the same time that you are each day. So these are kind of the people that you sort of know because they're familiar to you, but you don't really have that much sort of contact or engagement with them. And then everybody else are strangers, people that you don't know. So the idea is your social network doesn't consist of just one group of people. It consists of these rings of people. And so when you're thinking about, is your social network adequate? Are you happy with your level of social support? The question is to ask yourself, not, am I happy with the amount of social support I'm getting, but where might there be some deficits or problems in my social network? So one of the things I'll often get my clients to do is essentially to take a survey of who are all of the people in their life that fit into these categories. So who are all the people that they would consider close friends and intimates, the people that are sort of closest and dearest to them? Who are the people in their life that are other friends? Who are the people in their life who are acquaintances? And to list them out and actually think about and write down those names, and to write down how many people fit into each of these categories. And then the other thing I get my clients to do is to then ask yourself, how many people would you like in each of these categories? See, the thing is, nobody's social network or kind of social bullseye like this looks the same, right? We may have different levels of people that we want in each of these categories. So there is no, this is the number of people you should have in your social network. It's a very personal thing. So you want to ask yourself, how many people would I like to have in these categories? How many people do I actually have in these categories? Because then you can start to see where there are deficits or where there might be some problems in your social network. So it could be that you have, the number of close, intimate relationships that you want, but what you're missing is other friends. It could be that you don't really have that many acquaintances, that your social network is actually pretty small and you'd like to have a few more people in your life. It could be that you're really missing really close friends and people that you feel that you can really relate to and share everything with. So what you do here is you're doing a survey to figure out, where does your social network need enhancement? And this is one of the things that all of us can do, whether or not you're experiencing depression or anxiety or not. It's pretty common that most people's social network isn't the same as their ideal social network. And so we can all improve our levels of social connection. And so by doing this survey, it gives you a bit of a sense of, where do I need to put in the work, and how do I, where are the areas where I can enhance or should be focusing on enhancing my social network? Because there's three main ways to build your social network. The first is, we often think about this, is making new friends, right? Bringing new people into our social rings. But a second way of building your social network is to deepen current relationships. So take people from some of the outer rings and move them in. So take people who are acquaintances and see about deepening the relationship to make them other friends. And a third way of building your social network is to reconnect with people who you may have lost touch with. Reconnect with people who have fallen out of your social network that you can bring back into your social network. So there's multiple ways of getting at and enhancing your social network, and I'll be talking about each of these in upcoming videos. But the first step is to just figure out, where does your social network exist right now? Where do you want it to be? And where do you need to make the interventions? So I hope that makes sense. I would love to hear your thoughts and ideas about this. So please leave me some comments in the comments section down below. If you've been enjoying my videos and would like to see more, please hit that subscribe button and notification bell, and you'll be alerted every week when I post a new video. So that's all for today's video. As always, thank you for making it all the way to the end of this video, and I will see you in the next one.